All right, what's happening, groovy people? Hope everybody's feeling good and looking good and acting good. It is a Friday after all, so happy Friday, y'all. Feeling good, and Tony's back in the Longbridge pizza studio. I'm back in the home office of the Polymac Particle Enterprises, if there is such a thing. It all happens right here. So we're back in our normal spots. Very happy to be with you today. Hey, listen, we have a pretty eventful show today. We are going to, and again, I want to, by the way, thank Patrick Connor again for coming on yesterday, dude. I watched some of that interview again last night, Tony. I was laughing because he's like, I want Texas Tech. There are a bunch of like Cousin Eddies out there emptying the Esser and all this stuff. And then I go, but don't sleep on freaking John Mellencamp drilling butts, having heart attacks. Like he goes, that's a strong argument. That's a strong argument. Like he's like pro smoking. Anyway, Pecan, it was just great talking to Pecan. He and I
had to make a few edits on that broadcast because there's at least four to six bombs that we had to edit out for the Cron 4 Plus broadcast, which we're very excited to be a part of the Cron 4 Plus family, by the way. And you can check us out every night at 11:30 after their Sports Night Live show. You can check us out on demand on the Cron 4 Plus app on your Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV.
Hey, I can tell everybody's in a good mood today. I look over at the board. I got Stevie B spreading good cheer. I got Tommy Peralta counting up the profanities yesterday. And then I got Rags straight out of New Jersey. Tony, he's up here posting Motley Crue lyrics before the show starts. Yeah, he's quoting Wildside. So you know what, Rags? All is in order. Everybody seems to be doing their proper thing today. What are you shaking your head at, T?
I freaking love the song Wild Side. Take a ride on the wild side. I actually, seriously, that's like later Crue that I actually really like.
Oh, dude, no, look at rules, dude. I love it. I'll tell you what, dude, all the records that go right up to Dr. Feelgood, I'm all in on. After that, it kind of gets a little dicey. But no, dude, the Girls album rules. What do you want, 5 Years Dead? I'll give it to you right now. What do you want, the Jailhouse Rock at the end of the album? That I love their Jailhouse Rock. Remember that, T?
Yes, I do, man. I do. And you know what?
And by the way, let me say one more thing about that. Sorry, real quick. Just consider this. Here's Motley Crue. Vince Neil has that horrible car crash. The guy goes to jail for vehicular manslaughter, gets out of jail, and then they start encore in Jailhouse Rock. I was like, wow, these guys are ballsy, man. Anyway, so no, I endorse Wildside too, Tony, 100%.
Totally. We're going to do, this is our goal today. We've got Hot and Sour Picks. We've got our musical assignment with the Sweet Mad Hatter, a.k.a. William Helmer from Central Oregon. We also aspire to do bookmarks, and we aspire to do a Tony's Top 3, all in today's show. But, Paulie, this is a quick question that I want to ask you before we dive deeper into the matters at hand for the Friday show and for the weekend.
Yeah.
These artists, such as Vince Neil, I'm sorry to do it, but David Lee Roth, who are still performing. My question to you is, should they be still performing?
Probably not. Well, I don't know about Vince, but Dave, no. Dave has been, he's mucking it up out there, man. I don't know what's going through, but that's the thing. I got to give Dave as much room as he needs because he was the best of the best for a long time. And at this point, this is not how you want to remember Diamond Dave. So you know what I do, Tony? I choose to ignore it. Like when I see Dave on stage now and like there's like, hey, listen to this isolated vocal. I'm like, I don't want any part of this. Dave
all night on Dave TV.
Dude, I know what you need. All Dave, all night on Dave TV. And then he falls asleep right on the desk. That's what I'm talking about. That's the Dave I want to remember. Assless chap.
Can they strip it down? Like Vince Neil, go do something in a small club on a piano. Actually, he doesn't play. Tommy Lee plays
the piano. Mentioning Vince. Now, I know Dave has been really, like I said, just slopping it up out there. But what's going on with Vince? I haven't seen Vince lately.
I think they have residency or like on and off off residency in
Oh, yeah,
Vegas.
they're in Vegas, right? Oh, and next year they're doing a full blown tour. I keep getting these messages in my email. They're going to play Shoreline.
Like Nikki Sixx took care of himself. Nikki Sixx looks good, and he's
a cool rock and roller. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nikki's always been super cool. I think Tommy Lee still can do it too.
Totally.
I get
a little, I don't know, and I respect it, man. I respect it, dude, because that's their life. That's what they know, right? That's what they made their livlivelihood on. So
let me ask you a question: what if Vince Neil watched this podcast and he was like, you know what? I think Creative Tony should stop doing this now. He was way better in the 90s. You know what I mean? What if Vince turned the tables on you and he was like, Tony wears his hat now. He's in some weird studio. He should stop doing this. How would you respond if Vince Neil turned into the aggressor in this equation?
I would say, you know what, Vince, you're partially not wrong, but also I'm not trying to still do the same thing I was doing. Does that make sense?
Look at my guy. My guy always has good answers.
Yeah.
Tony, I remember you said something that was so program director worthy. Like when I left KMBR a couple of years ago, Tony was like, these guys, well, I shouldn't even get into this, actually. I shouldn't even get into it. But you made a couple of comments that were like, you know what? This guy should be the program director of the station. Anyway, I'll just kind of leave it at that. Anyway, Sweet Nat Hatter going to join us today. Tony, what would you say? Because you did mention bookmarks. I know we have a Tony's top 3 ready. It's a very busy Friday. What would you say if I told you I personally put 2 different little tweets in the bookmarks, both involving global icons that are smoking grass in the actual post? I'll give you I'm going to tell you who I'm talking about. Exhibit A, I got Mike Tyson in Jamaica passing a pipe around with all these Rastafarians. It's amazing. And then round 2 of the Cannabis Chronicles, I got Paul McCartney at the age of 80 drilling a spliff. It's all in bookmarks. I'm just saying, it's waiting for you if you need it, Tony.
Dude, first of all, just in honor of Paul McCartney and Iron Mike.
Herb is a plant.
I honor them both.
Herbs are good for everything.
Herbs are good for everything. Paulie, I saw them in there, and I saw the Tyson video before. So to see that get a reprise on our bookmarks, yes, let's definitely share it later on in the show. I also got to give Steve Grocho some props in the chat. Dude, Steve Grocho said that he served pictures of kamikaze shots in 1995.
Wait, time out. Run that by me again. Grosso. Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Grosso served Vince Neil a picture of kamikaze shots in 1995.
Oh, dude. And that's a bad year for Vince. I mean, I can only imagine. Come on, man. Give me the kamikazes. Yeah, rock and roll. You know what I mean? The way he talks to the crowd, that would have been amazing. Come on. Let's do some kamikazes. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Stevie B says his friend was on a flight from SF to Florida where Tyson punched the guy on.
People don't understand. The last guy on this earth you want to provoke is Iron Mike. And people keep doing it. They always mess with him. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. I've seen the video of that. The guy behind him was like poking him in his shoulder. And Mike was like, cut it out. Cut it. And finally, Mike had enough. He turned around and popped the guy. And I don't blame Mike. Leave Tyson alone. Listen to me. I've stood in the same room with this guy. I told you, he put his arm around my waist. I'll never forget it. It terrified me because it was like an iron claw. We were taking a picture, and this is a true story. He put his arm around my waist, and he pulled me into him really hard, like, ugh. And I was like, damn. So anyway, my point is, when you're in the proximity, like you're right next to Mike, dude, I was terrified. I really was. I was like, this could go south. One wrong move, and dude, I'm on the ground with no teeth. One wrong move,
Never messing with Mike ever. If anything, I'll give him a hug and say, let's spark one. Dude, but Paul, when's the last time you've ever had a kamikaze shot? Dude?
I'd rather ask you. I'll go to kamikazes after I ask you this question because I don't want to forget this, dude. Do you remember when you and I were working on the ticket and we had that Iron Mike Tyson pay-per-view idea? Do you remember that, dude? Do you remember that, Tony? This is like. Do you want to tell everybody what we were like? We had this.
Bring it.
And this is like right after he bit Evander Holyfield's ear. By the way, you know where it was? You know where I watched that fight? The Tyson Holyfield fight where he bit Evander's ear. I watched that fight, Tony. Swear to God, true story. At Ireland's 32. Nice. That's right. Yeah, wow. Man. Yeah. On Geary. No, but Tony and I had this idea when he was like totally crazed, yelling at reporters, "I'm going to eat your children," all that stuff. Tony and I were like, what would happen if we dosed Mike Tyson
Yes.
And we just like threw him in a boxing ring, but it was caged, so he couldn't get out.
He
And you
couldn't
just
get out.
watch him. You just watch tight, and like every now and then, throw like a pad and a pen in the ring, like let him do stuff.
Dude, throw
Yeah.
like a raw steak in there, dude. And just, you know, see what he does, dude. Or I don't know, like or like
what he does, dude. Just to see what he does. A raw steak. Dude, throw a block of ice in there. Just see what happens in a big block of ice. Let him play with that for a while.
Oh man, dude.
Dude,
Now
that was
I
our
love
concept. $39.95, dude. Mike Tyson dosed to the gills in a cage, and you just watch him for the duration of his trip. Anyway, there's a little concept. Tony
That
and I
was
were
our
doing.
dream. That was our pay-per-view dream. But now
Dude, you got me. You got me with just throw a steak in the ring, dude. That's like an uncooked steak, like a raw steak.
Yeah, raw steak, dude. Big ass ribeye, dude. It's a big ass ribeye. Just don't hand it to him.
No, throw it in there, dude. Just chuck it.
In. Yeah.
Chuck it in. Yeah.
You might just catch it in his mouth, dude. You know what I mean?
I stand by Mike. I'm a Mike Tyson supporter. Believe it or not, I really am. I think there was a lot of shady stuff around his arrest and everything. If you really look at the story, it's incredibly sketchy.
Do you see Captain Leisure on the chat, by the way? What's up, Captain Leisure? I see you there. He says, doesn't he trip out on psychedelic toads now?
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know the answer, but it wouldn't surprise because he is a very outspoken proponent of cannabis now, and I think
it chilled him out, man. It's totally chilled him out, and he's a believer. He's a full-on believer, and I love that he's talk about a guy who's been through a lot in his life, right? He finally just said, you know what? I'm going to turn to the green earth, and it's been very wonderful for him. So I'm very happy for him, dude. Very happy.
I think cannabis has done him a world of good. By the way, I got Arkansas. No, who was it out here? Phil Dawson goes, you just don't get this kind of content on other shows. No, you really don't. You don't get Tyson dosed on acid in a cage on a pay-per-view event. But that's our idea. Yeah,
totally. And Arkansas Dave checking in to Captain Leisure's comments. He says, yes, Tyson talked about licking the frog on Joe Rogan's show. So I'd
be afraid to do something like that. I got to be honest with you. I would be afraid to lick a toad, bro. And then
trip. If I'm doing anything like that, I need a shaman with me, and I need like 4 days.
You keep talking about shaman. I don't want any part of a shaman, dude. A shaman frightens me. If I need a guide with some robe on up in the mountains, like that's a little too extreme for me.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you,
I got no stereo up there. I got no records. You know what I mean? Like I'd be all out of. I'd be way too nervous with a shaman. That's your territory. I don't roll with shaman. I just don't.
I know for a fact that you can go to the Marin Headlands for like a 3-day ayahuasca retreat with shaman. In the Marin Headlands, like literally across the Golden Gate Bridge in your neck of the woods, dude. Like right down the street from you, man.
I know. I could be over there in 10 minutes if I wanted to. Yeah, join the retreat or whatever. Here's another true story. Funny, creative Tony Polymac story. When there was a brief period in time, very brief, maybe a year tops, 10 months, something like that, where I was doubling. I was working. This is before I went to KBR with Murph. I was working on 107.7 The Bone. I was doing middays after Steven Seaweed. But at the same time, I was also apparently I was the creative director of KBR for like that 1 year. I had no idea what I was doing. None. And I remember Bob Agnew, because I wanted the money. I wanted the job. And when Bob was interviewing me, he's like, yeah, we really like your creativity. You have all these really funny ideas. He's like, could you start imaging the station until we find somebody full-time? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he goes, how's your Pro Tools? Are you competent with Pro Tools? And I go, oh, totally. I go, no problem. I got Pro Tools under my thumb. Dude, I'd never used it in my life. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm moving images around. Anyway, at one point, Tony started talking about this ayahuasca retreat. This is years ago. This is like 05, 06.
Yeah.
And I go, what? I had never even heard I swear to God, I'd never heard the word ayahuasca before. So I go, Tony, spell it for me. So he spells it. I write it on a piece of paper, and I took it and I hung it on the wall. And it just said ayahuasca, and I pinned it to the wall. That was so I wouldn't forget. But then every time Agnew or Tony Salvador were coming to the office, like, what are you doing? You got ayahuasca on the wall. What is it? I'm like, no. It's just like so I don't forget. I couldn't talk my way out of it. But anyway, I don't know if you remember that, but I had it on the wall. Ayahuasca on the wall. Yeah.
I used to see this dude who wasn't like a psychologist, but he was like a guru type. And that I visit him every couple of weeks and just Talk to me about my life.
Yeah. What was his name? Eddie or something?
Edward.
Yeah, Edward, bro. I remember
Dude.
Edward. Tony and Edward did a whole thing. Yeah.
Phenomenal human being. He's
walked
still
on
out
your
there.
back and stuff, right?
Yeah, he would walk on my back and we would talk, and it was amazing. The
hear
guy
that,
was amazing.
You getting this?
I would lay down and he'd walk on my back, and I would tell him my problems, and he would tell me his problems, and we'd talk. And
what were some of Edward's problems? Just out of curiosity.
Well, some of his problems were, marital or just making it in the Bay Area because it's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. Your typical nonsense. See, one of the Mondays that I saw him afterwards was right after he went to the Marin Headlands and decided to dive in with a shaman. And dude, talking to him about it was wild. It was really wild. So it's because of Edward Spencer, not Edward Kimberly from Tootsie. Not Edward.
Edward Kimberly. Edward Kimberly.
Edward Kimberly.
Edward Kimberly. Dude, Peacon's a big Tootsie guy. Big Tootsie.
You want to talk about some of Dustin Hoffman's best work?
I am Edward Kimberly.
But then he goes low. He goes, yes, I am Edward Kimberly.
He's pulling off his fake eyelashes and stuff. I am Edward Kimberly. Dude, we're losing it today, bro. I don't know. I'm losing it. But Tony, I got to tell you, how great is this? Robot Centaur, first of all, put a message up there. He goes, Tony will not tolerate cranberries, and Paulie Mac will not tolerate shaman. 100%, bro. 100%.
Yeah,
and then, Tony, think about this. You're paying this guy, Edward, this shaman in Berkeley, you're paying him to walk on your back, and then he starts telling you his problems.
Yeah.
You're paying him, and he's using you as like a therapist. That's wrong.
But it was the reciprocity thing. It's the whole reciprocity thing where I felt if he was opening up to me, then I could open up to him. It was really kind of a wonderful thing. Seriously, the guy was amazing. He was amazing. And
I know. I'm just breaking your balls, dude. You do whatever you got to do, man. Whatever we all have to do to get through. Like John Lennon said, dude, whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. Hey, Tony, before Sweet Mad Hatter comes on, I do want to talk Thursday Night Football. I do want to talk Niners. Yes.
Sorry, we talked about Kirk Cousins and his dominance over Tampa Bay. Dude, 3 TDs last night, 315 yards passing.
I was wrong. I will say this though. I thought it was looking like my pick was going to come through because Tampa Bay had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. Shout out Kyle Shanahan. Oh, now I'm the bad guy. I know. Now I'm the bad guy. Yeah, it's a Friday. I'm getting loose. But anyway, they're up by 14. I'm like, oh, dude, this is great. I was talking to my boy Jeff Faust last night. He texted me and he goes, Paulie, I love these Tampa Bay creamsicle uniforms. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I do too. And I like the old Falcons uniforms too. It was great to see that old school stuff. But yeah, no, it was that surprised me. That game really surprised me. Kirk Cousins, I thought he played great. He looked really good. Baker did not. Baker Mayfield had a pretty crummy game in some critical moments. So now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in a free fall, man. They're just going down. And boy, again, respect to Kirk Cousins. I eat my words on that one.
Well, we talked about it yesterday that he beat the Falcons, or not he, but the Falcons beat Tampa Bay twice last year, and he threw for 785 yards and had 8 TDs and 1 pick last year. Well, now he's got 11 TDs and 1 pick in his last 3 outings against the Buccaneers. It's pretty wild. I thought Tampa Bay would be able to handle their business against the Falcons at home.
Did too, especially in a must-win game. Like they had to have that game. I bet you Tampa Bay is not going to make the playoffs now because Carolina's coming strong. They got to play them twice in 3 weeks. I don't think it's going to work out for the Bucs. They're just not playing well.
I'll tell you what, man. Baker's been playing banged up, so I feel for him. But our guy Carolina Mike, our buddy on Instagram, who we tried to book an interview with, and we're actually still maybe going to try and make it happen because he seems like a really fun guy. But Carolina Mike must be thrilled at that Tampa Bay loss because he's a big Panther guy. Oh yeah, and the Panthers play the Bucs. 2 of their last 3 games are against each other for those 2 teams. I mean, that's pretty wild. Paulie, stand by. I just got to handle something.
Oh yeah. It's business time.
Escobar Cheeks III checking in as a super on a Friday. He says, Paulie's mind after Tyson puts his arm around his waist.
100%.
Well, I guess I'm his B now.
There's no, but you know what, Escobar? I was right. I gave in. You're 100% correct. I'm like, all right, this is my new life now. I'm going to be I'm his girl or his guy or whatever he wants me to be. I got no say in this. But everything I told you is true. He came in. I'll give you the backstory of that. It was a really cool experience, Escobar. He was in town when he was doing that one-man show that Spike Lee produced, actually. Mm-hmm. Spike Lee, like, directed that whole thing. And Tyson came in studio. It was crazy. He sat down in studio he was sitting right to my left. And I will tell you this about Mike. He's much smarter than people think he is. And he is a savant when it comes to the history of boxing. He knows everything about every fighter. Like, he's not messing around. He really loves the sport. He loves the history. So he talked a lot about that. And I went to go see his one-man show. I thought it was pretty good. But after the interview was over, we were like, hey, Mike, let's get a picture. And then Murph came over, like, cautiously, and then he just grabbed me and pulled me in. And it was like the hand was on my waist, and it was his fingers were like iron, like a bear trap, dude. It was so, I was like, oh, God damn. And I was like, yeah, but like, you're so right, Escobar. I'm Tyson's B now, 100%. 100%.
Tyson kind of invented the whole Gatorade towel. Remember, we just rip a hole in the towel and wear that over
no socks, just shoes in the trunk, no robe. Yep. Yeah, towel with a hole, dude. You know what? Well, here's a question, and I miss those days because if you're too young to have lived through that, you probably will not know what heavyweight boxing used to be like. Like, Tyson fights were major events, and at the peak of his powers, a lot of his fights would be over with it in the first round. He would terrorize people. He would knock fools out. Will boxing ever get back to that point, T, where it's like that big of a deal? Like, it hasn't been in so long.
No, because of MMA. I don't think so.
Are you an MMA guy?
No.
I'm not either. I don't need the kicks and the cage. Give me the sweet science, man.
And by the way, we just said 10 minutes ago, we had the cage idea long before Dana White had the cage.
Chucking steaks. Yeah.
But the MMA, it just gets too barbaric for me. Like,
yeah. Guys are on the ground. They're just getting pounded. I know it is. It's very savage, dude. But it's not for me. Like, I've never been an MMA guy. I do love boxing, though. I love the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, the skill and the endurance and the shape you need to be in to be a boxer. It's so impressive. Of course, MMA, you got to be in really good shape too. But I just like that boxing has the padded gloves. So at least like there's some protection a little bit, at least. Like MMA, they're wearing just like these knuckle gloves where they just, I don't know, it's just too much for me, man. Pause on that real quick, Paulie, because
it's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Escobar Cheeks doubling up on his supers this Friday. Thank you, Escobar. He says, hashtag smash the like button. Hashtag defund the playoff list. Hashtag no shaman.
That's me, Escobar. I don't want a shaman. I'm afraid of those guys. Like, if I need a spiritual guide to go through some night of, like, ingesting something, count me out. Count me freaking out. Like, I'm cool at dead shows. I'm cool running through Golden Gate Park. I'm cool frolicking in nature. You bring in the shaman, a guy holding the lantern and stuff, like, follow me. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this, man. I'm not. Just something could be kind of creepy about that. Could turn on you. Could become like a Charles Manson cult situation, and I don't want that. I don't need that kind of aggravation. Yeah.
I think Patrick Patton created a shaman for us on the show. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I'll have to find it and put it on the show. But remember the wizard that he created for us that we showed on the show a couple weeks ago?
Here are your particles. Yeah, the guy's like, here are your particles.
Exactly. Yeah. On that note of defunding the Chiefs, Paulie, I need to share something immediately because Arkansas Dave sent this in, and I just, my compliments, but I'll show you first. I'll add it to the screen. See that right there, Paulie?
Hold on. To read this to me. What is that?
So this is inside. It looks like a Walmart or a Target or something, and they have this big Travis Kelce Bud Light stand.
Oh, this is beautiful.
And dude, Arkansas Dave put a piece of cardboard in front of it and wrote hashtag defund the Chiefs, hashtag FT Swifty, PMP Army, dude.
I'm honored. I'm touched. I can't believe the defund the Kansas City Chiefs movement really took hold this year. And I'll show you guys something funny. Here it is. I wrote the original note because I had that idea during the show. It's been sitting in front of me the entire year. This is the original note, defund Kansas City Chiefs. And I keep that right in front of my laptop every show. And I'm so glad Arkansas Dave's on board. I know Patty's on board and Escobar, who always quotes defund the. And guess what? It worked. It freaking worked. They're 6-7. In fact, more on the Kansas City Chiefs, Tony, coming up in the hot and sour picks. So first of all, thank you. I'm touched. I'm honored. What a beautiful tribute. F Kelsey, F Swifty, F them all. And I look forward to another Chiefs loss this weekend. I think that's coming their way. Tony, you produce, you tell me, you direct traffic here. What do we do? Do we go top three? Do we go bookmarks? Do we go hot and sour? A lot to get to before Sweet Mad Hatter. We got to get going here.
Tony's top three.
Okay.
Tony's top.
Tony's three.
Tony's top three.
I still don't know how to do it. It's a 3. It's a T. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Rags. That's all for Rags. That's his domain, man. And William R. I agree. Chiefs suck. Well said, buddy. Well said.
There it is. That's the T3 that Rags invented. So Rags, you rule and keep ruling out there in on the East Coast.
Before you start, Tony, real quick, just a quick shout out. I want to thank Neil Dinardi for the accommodations yesterday. Served us up a wonderful lunch after the show at Longbridge Pizza. Like really, really good lunch with great food. Caesar salad, had a Polymac particle pie. Tony had the Detroit pie on the table. It was outstanding. Shannon Kaler, the Stone Fox, has joined us. He had like a buffalo chicken pie. Very tasty. With the thin crust. Very tasty. But anyway, thank you, Neil. More on that when we get to Longbridge. And I brought that up for a reason, and now I'm forgetting. Why did I just do that? I wanted to thank, because of Rags. So Rags, I wanted to let you know your picture at Longbridge is now, like, it's a Polymac particle shelf. You got the Dinardi trophy. You got Dom Peralta's grateful artwork. You got the Rags portrait. And there's something else up there. Oh, the certificate. The certificate of award for Dom winning the, what was the name of the award Neil won? I'm getting confused. Oh, he won the Dinardi trophy.
He won the first ever Dinardi, and then next year we will hand out the Dinardi trophy to somebody else. It'll be wonderful.
I was just letting you know, Rex. You should be honored. It's a whole shelf of tribute to the show, and you're a big part of that. So just for your head. Anyway, Tony, sorry to interrupt. What do you got in your top 3, kid? What are we doing?
Well, we didn't talk about this yesterday, and we meant to talk about it because it was a topic of discussion, and we wanted to hit it, but then we didn't get to it because we had a really fun chat with Patrick Connor, aka Pecan. If you missed it, go back to @Polymax Particles on YouTube and you can check it out. And the audio version, again, available on Spotify, TuneIn, and Apple Podcasts. But Pauly, Joe Burrow was very, I don't know, he was just very, he had some comments that were.
I would go so far, Tony, to call his attitude melancholy. He was very melancholy. Yeah.
Was there infinite sadness too?
Apparently there was. He had a lot of distress on his face. And by the way, Tony doesn't like that record. I like to break his balls.
That's not true.
You don't like it. You don't like it. You're all about Gish. Oh, it's got to be Gish. Got to listen to Gish. I like Gish too. But let me tell you what, Melancholy's a effing masterpiece, dude.
Incredible. It's incredible, but you just got to be dedicated because I
just like breaking your balls. I just like breaking your balls about that one. Tony hates Melancholy, but anyway, I
love Melancholy. It's 2 full records.
It's a big commitment. You got to want it. Yeah.
It's great for a road trip, to be honest with you. When you can, if you can listen to like at least one of the 2 records from dusk till dawn or dawn till dusk, dive in and enjoy it on the road because it takes you on quite a freaking wild and emotional ride.
You almost need, I'll tell you the truth, you almost need a shaman for that just to get through Melancholy, both records. And by the way, shout out to the track Jelly Belly. It's one of the heaviest things I've ever heard. It's madness. It's so flipping heavy.
What's the one where somebody's feared to tread? Where
boys fear to tread.
Yeah.
To me, that's like a Black Sabbath song. The riff is so heavy, dude. It's so freaking heavy. Anyway,
Wait, is that the da 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 da
Yes.
da 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 da? Yeah.
Go, 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 kids. Bam, 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 bam. Suck, kids.
Ooh, I'm gonna get a session on this weekend.
It's
Dude.
heavy
You
as
are,
hell. It's
Yeah.
heavier than hell. I love it. I love it.
my drive home from the LBP studios are gonna be. It's gonna be Melancholy Infinite Sadness. And real quick before we get into the top three, I also want to thank Neil Donardi for letting me use the studio. People in the chat earlier in the show were wondering, like, why is he up there? Why is he up there? I got to be honest, you guys. When Neil suggested using this while there was work being done on my house, I'm like, this is great. Sure, temporary. Now that I've been here,
You don't want to leave. I liked it too. It's a really cool room. I get it. I do. I want to go back there myself.
dude, it's a cool room, and it also like doing the show in my house when there could be interruptions or there could be just versus this gives me the feeling of almost like being back in my studio at KMBR, where it's a room that I can just close the door uninterrupted, get locked into the work zone, and just do my best to deliver some sort of
I liked it so much too. Yeah, and I like being in the room with you. It felt very old school. I like the energy when we're right next to each other. So I think we're going to do more of that, you guys, coming up in the upcoming months. I think we'll do more shows from that studio because I enjoyed it. I like the energy. I could feel it in the room, and I want to go back into that. So I don't blame you. You got a good spot there, buddy. You do.
Patty, by the way, you said cot on the chat. She says Tony's gonna have a cot in here, dude. Not dude, Patty, you're not a dude, but that's how fond I feel of you that I just called you a dude. Dude, I'm gonna bring a blow up mattress and just put it in the corner there.
Why not? I mean, at this point, why not?
What's the last time you did with a blow up mattress, Polly? Because they're so nice now. You just plug them in, they blow up in literally 30 seconds.
I'm glad you asked. Glad you asked that question. Every single time I go to New Jersey, if I stay at Rags' house, I sleep on an inflatable mattress. And guess what? I love it. There's something about that mattress, Rags, down in the basement. He puts me in the basement. I got the whole place to myself. I sleep like a freaking grizzly bear at Rags' house. Like, it's cool down there. When it's hot in the summertime, it's always nice and cool. And it's like a double wide blow-up mattress. It's like a mattress for two. Nice. And anyway, so to answer your question, I'm a big fan of the blow-up mattress.
I'm going to bring one up here just in case. Like after a night flight, if it got loose and I need to do some post-production. Anyways, thank you all for your patience as we, work out the kinks of the LBP studio. Paulie, we have a top three to get to. We definitely do, but we've got a couple more supers that I want to get to.
Okay.
Robot Centaur, the sports desk is checking in as a super. Robot Centaur. He says Rams own Atlanta's first round pick. Let's go Atlanta. Dude, that's interesting. By the way, the Rams and Lions this weekend. Lions could do the Niners a big favorite this weekend.
Well,
I'm hearing the Rams a nice L.
I'll tell you, I'm going to give you a little sneak preview. That's one of the games I'm going to profile on Hot and Sour, Rams and Lions. I think that's, like you said, it's a great game. And how about this, Tony? Looking ahead to next Thursday, Rams Seahawks.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a slugfest. That's going to be a hell of a game. And I think it's in Seattle. So next Thursday night, you're basically getting a playoff game in December. That's going to be a heavyweight fight. Can't wait.
Hey, Seahawks, you know that fake noise you crank up? Just crank it up to 11 next Thursday. Crank that fake noise up to 11. By the way, how about that?
Fake noise, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? You really got to resort to that. Oh, the 12s. Ooh, the 12. Yeah, the 12s. The 12s are being manufactured out of a PA system. Believe me, it's all horse ass.
And that's why, again, I tip my cap to Jack White and Eminem in that halftime show at Detroit, where there was nothing fake about that halftime show. Give me more of that. Just more of that, please. That's all.
Speaking of halftime shows, here's another diversion. Sorry about that, dude. And we haven't even gotten to topic number one in Tony's top three. But last note, real quick.
Yeah.
I was talking yesterday on the show about this movie I found on Netflix called Caught Stealing with Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz. It's really good. I finished it last night. Crazy flick, kind of Tarantino-esque. Kind of a mystery set in New York, and Austin Butler is this monster Giants fan. It's really funny. But you know who else is plays like a drug dealer kind of underworld lord is Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny has a role as like a gangster in this movie.
Wow.
And I just thought of that because you mentioned halftime show, and he is the Super Bowl halftime show. So anyway, check that one out this weekend, you guys. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Bad Caught Stealing. Anyway, Tony.
It wasn't the drug dealer Gary Oldman's character in True Romance. It is a white boy day. You know, with the dreadlocks, dude. Remember Gary Oldman, that character that he played. I mean,
Dude, he's eating Chinese food. It's scaring people.
He's swinging the lamp, dude. Swinging the lamp back and forth. And the lamp had tassels. Remember the lamp had tassels?
100%. Oh. At one point, he just shines it right into Kristen Slater's face. He's like, "What you doing over there, man?" He goes, you go. I got naked ladies on TV. You ain't even looking at them, man. He's like shining the light in his face. Very scary scene. Yes.
I mean, if anybody, I hope those people who know yeah, come on, stand by. I got to share this immediately.
Right. Okay.
Just cause. I mean, yeah. Oh, come on. See. All right, stand by, Paulie. Stand by.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Hang on. Here we go. This is come on. Gosh darn it. I apologize. But this will be worth it. Come on. Drexler was his name, by the way.
There he is.
Drexler.
There he is. Drexler. Hey, Marky Graves, you watched hold on. Is it Marky Graves? You did. You watched the movie. Yes, he ends every phone call, Austin Butler, with "Go Giants." He's talking to his mom, who's another Giants fan. Great call, Gravy. Nice. Okay, Big T, lay your top three on me. Let's rock and roll here.
I apologize. We still have a couple more supers to get to, Paulie. We don't need no stinking badges checking in. What's up, stinking badges? He says, I want Tony as my shaman, and I guess Tyson wanted some stud nuts. So.
Yeah, man. Stud nuts was gonna be his stud nuts for life, the way he grabbed me. And I was ready to give in. I was like, well, this is my new lot in life now. I'm with him. I'm with Tyson going forward. Like, I was ready. I had no choice. Believe me, when he pulls you in, you have no say in the matter, bro. Right. You got no say. He's calling the shots at this point. But it was, I'm like having fun with it. But again, like, I really enjoyed meeting Mike Tyson. I thought he was a really interesting guy and much, much more kind of intelligent and smart than people think. Really fascinating guy. Anyway, thank you, Badges. Yes.
Paulie, these supers are representative of why we love the PMP Familia so much, because the things that they're adding to the content of the show. And here's Steve. Thank you for the super stinking badges. And Steve Groschel checking in as a super. Thank you, Grosch. Thank you for the super, brother. He says, can a shaman walk on your back while on a blow-up mattress? Asking for a friend.
Dude, my favorite text of the day. I'm just asking for a friend. Yeah.
And by the way, there's Grosch in his profile pic wearing the PMP Army shirt in his profile pic. So
love you, Stevie Groschel. Thank you, brother. And Tony, what's going on with St. Ignatius? St. Ignatius, tell me what this is
about. SI won their CCS championship, and so and NorCal championship as well. So now they're going for the state championship down in Southern California this weekend.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Grosch, if you know, let me know, or let us know, because I don't know who they're playing. But they beat SH for their championship.
Can I get a Spicoli? I don't know, since you don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
One more time.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Let me just see if I can just check this out real quick. Ventura. They're playing Ventura for the California High School Football State Championship in their division for the state championship. So that's very exciting for the Wildcats. Man.
How often is the SI football team in a position to win a piece of the state championship? Because I associate them more with baseball and basketball. Is that accurate?
So they were not often, but they were on a high, like an upward mobility with their former coach, this guy Lenny Vandermeide, who played at USC and played with Carson Palmer, and he came up and coached SI for, I think, was it either 1 year or 2 years?
Isn't there a new coach like from Hawaii or something like that?
No, that's the guy. That's Lenny Vandermeide.
Okay.
And he was, already bringing kids in, and his son and his nephew were two stud linemen too. Well, it turns out Carson Palmer noticed what Lenny was doing up at SI and said, "Hey, dude, Lenny, come back down south, join my coaching staff." And now Carson Palmer coaches high school football with this guy Lenny, and they crushed it this year. Yeah, they crushed it. Yeah.
Wow.
I forget the name of the school. But Carson Palmer and this guy Lenny Vandermeide did very well this year. And you couldn't fault Lenny for leaving SI for this opportunity, but it was just a bummer because he was building a good program at SI. But props to SI for bouncing back after Lenny made. So go Cats, get them Cats, go get them Cats, Paulie.
Look at you. Okay, sounds like Kruger says that all the time. Go Cats, get them Cats, that whole bit. Tony, give me your top three because we got
Steve. Wait a second. Paulie, I apologize real quick. It turns out Santa Margarita, which is Carson Palmer's team, they are playing De La Salle in a division championship this weekend as well. So,
where's that game?
That game is I can't see where that. I think it's got to be down south as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, dude. Gosh, that's crazy. So really exciting. That is at Saddleback College, and I think that's down south. So
Okay.
really, that's exciting stuff, man. Sorry,
Spartans, go get them, Spartans. Come on, man. Hey, Tony, give me your top three because Sweet Mad Hatter is stretching out in the on deck circle. So let's get to, and in fact, we got to give some love to Stellar Design, Longbridge Pizza. We got a lot of work to do. So let's go top three, and then let's do a Stellar, and then let's go to Sweet Mad Hatter if we could.
The Sweet Mad Hatter is in the green room, by the way. So
I know that's the thing. I don't want him to get too nervous. We got to get to him. Yeah.
He's cleaning out the leg bong. He's just giving it a nice buff. It's all good.
Okay.
We see a Sweet Mad Hatter. Thanks for checking in, brother. Number one, Burrow made the comments about back to the melancholy comments that we got to like 10 minutes ago. There were cryptic comments about his future with the Bengals. So then people, started thinking, well, does he want out of Cincy? Because he said he wants to make sure that if he's going to continue playing football, he wants to have fun. Make sure it's fun.
Fun.
Exactly. Fun. And then people started thinking, well, if the Niners are able to get, if Burrow wants out, do you want to see Burrow in the red and gold? And then that leads to the question, what about Brock Purdy? So my number one question is, would you take Burrow over Purdy?
Wow. Yeah, I would. I really, and that's no disrespect to Brock Purdy at all. I like Brock Purdy a lot. It's a guy that's played in the Super Bowl. He's done a lot of good work in Kyle's offense, but I got to tell you the truth. If you're offering me Joe Burrow for Brock Purdy, I'm probably taking Joe Burrow. I have a lot of belief and faith in Joe, and I do in Brock Purdy too, but I kind of feel like Joe Burrow he could really benefit from being in an offense like Kyle's. I mean, he's kind of in this kind of malaise in Cincinnati. His offensive line stinks. He's had so many injuries. They can't protect him. And I believe if you dropped him into Kyle's offense, I mean, I can't even imagine the kind of damage he could do. So, yeah, I think so. But I don't want anybody to misinterpret. I'm a Brock Purdy fan. I really am. I really like the guy. But Joe Burrow, I think, is on another level. That's all. How about you, T?
Patty from Neva. I'm getting kind of pissed right now.
Sorry, I'm just being honest. I know.
She said they better, if he came here, they better not start calling him Joe Cool. But my only concern when we were talking about this yesterday off the air was that Burrow seems to get hurt a lot. And so,
well, maybe that's because his line can't protect him. Honestly, I'm just saying, I don't know that that's his fault necessarily.
Wow. The Niner line,
Justin Herbert. It's like the fact that Justin Herbert's been sacked as many times as he has is not his fault. It's the people in front of him.
Yeah, the Niner line too is not exactly,
it ain't Dallas 92 or anything. No.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if I had to choose. I love Purdy too. If I had to choose, I'd probably stick with Brock. Because of what they're building. And maybe there's
what are they building?
Well, with McCaffrey and Kittle and your guy Jennings and Pearsall.
Building? What do you mean building?
I feel like Kittle and Purdy have like a kinship or like a
they do definitely yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there is something to be said about consistency and chemistry. Right. And you can I don't know, we can never force chemistry, but I mean, this is all just, fun. And we're just wondering what would happen. But I guess if I had to choose, I'd probably stick with Brock. But then again, Brock with the toe, who knows what's going on with the toe and his elbow. Anyways, hopefully we don't have stay in Cincinnati, Joe. And let Brock do his thing in San Francisco, and maybe they'll meet in the Super Bowl. Not this year, but
I will see. Listen. You asked a question, I answered. That's all. And let's not forget. Kittle also had what I thought was a really good connection with Jimmy Garoppolo. Like those two guys were like best buds. Remember, Kittle used to wear the Garoppolo shirt with Jimmy G in his underwear and stuff. Those are fun days. So I'm saying I think Kittle could benefit from any number of quarterbacks that are capable, and Brock is one of those guys. Obviously, Joe Burrow's been a Pro Bowler. He could do it too. So, hey, good question, though. It's a good question.
I think Purdy's more mobile, has more mobility, is a better scrambler than Burrow.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
I'll give Purdy that. Number 2 on Tony's top 3, Kuminga, right? There's the topic of Kuminga and trading him in January, after January 15th, and Kerr has just kind of made no bones about it, the relationship with Kuminga. And then you got Brandon Ayuk in the Niners. And John Lynch yesterday wanted no part of talking about Brandon Ayuk, and he's done talking about it. And
I don't blame him. I don't blame John Lynch. I've had enough myself. I'm all maxed out on this nonsense too. By the way, this is a guy, Brandon Ayuk, hasn't played a snap all year. Not a snap. Yeah.
And he was like, no updates, move on. I got nothing new, So it's like I can imagine how frustrating it must be, how often he must have to answer that question. So do you want, when it comes to Kuminga and Ayuk, do you want one of them to stay, one to go, both to stay? What's your take on the future of those two dudes?
I like the question. I do. I like the topic. And I would say, remember, we were talking about this the other day, the great Christmas special with the Heat Miser. They have the Island of Misfit Toys. Yeah. I feel like we should get Ayuk and Kuminga and ship them to the island of like disgruntled athletes. You know what I mean? The island of disgruntled divas. I've had it with both of them. Maybe not so much with Kuminga, but more so with Ayuk. I've had it. I've had it with the whole soap opera. Dude, get out of here. You don't want to be here. Go. Just go. I hope to get something in return for him. And I think with Kuminga, it's not going to resolve itself in Golden State. Like, there's no happy ending here. I think it is what it is. He doesn't fit into the style for whatever the reasons. This is what Kerr wants to do, and I'm okay with it. I think you can get something of value in return for Kuminga now because he is so young and athletic. But he's never going to be like the center of Kerr's offense. He's a part of it. He's not. It doesn't revolve around Kuminga. And I think in his mind, Kuminga fancies himself as like a star player, and maybe he will become that, but I don't think he's going to become that in this offense on this team. So I think it's time to cut the cord and get something in return, and that goes for both of them. That's just me. How about you? Let
me paint a picture for you, Paulie. You know how Waymo is the new thing everywhere? It's popping up all over the peninsula. It's starting to pop up in Marin. How about we put Ayuk and Kuminga in a Waymo and just say anywhere but the Bay Area? Just literally tell Waymo anywhere but the Bay Area.
Anywhere but here. Anywhere but here. Go. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that idea, dude. Just put them in the back seat of one of those little cars. The stupid thing spinning around on the roof.
They can be all disgruntled together. They can
complain. Yeah. They'll probably start fighting with each other. After in 10, 15 minutes.
Dude, by the way, who just said this on the chat, but instead of Ayuk, Bayuk. Bayuk. That's great. Who said that? That's brilliant. That's great stuff.
Bayuk. Yeah.
Bayuk. But you know what's interesting is nobody's talking about his physical health anymore. The whole discussion is just about anything but his physical health.
Right.
Like, is he fully healed now? Is he able to play? But he's just not going to play. Like, that's what's really frustrating about the whole thing is I don't even know what's going on with his physical health anymore.
Right.
So it's just frustrating, man.
Yeah, enough's enough. We've had it. Enough's enough. Let's move on. Yeah.
Well, you got Juwan Jennings, the second coming of Christ. So you're good.
Yeah. He's right. Second coming. Yeah, he might be the savior himself. I think Juwan Jennings. Yeah, with the red hair. All right, T. Let's wrap it up. You know what else I just remembered? We still got to do hot and sour too, bro. We got a lot to get to. So let's move. Yeah.
Number 3. Okay. Yeah. Number 3. 2 quick holiday items that are going to be in our faces, everybody's faces for the next couple of weeks. First one, eggnog. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Eggnog.
I'm going to go simple on this one. Thumbs down. Only thing I've never been an eggnog guy. What does the word nog mean? Somebody define the word nog. If I'm unfamiliar, if I don't know the meaning of the word, it's certainly not something I want to drink. And I don't like cream-based drinks. That's just me, unless it's Noemi. At the Christmas party last week, she had some kind of cream-based drink that was really good. But no, I don't really like eggnog. It's not my preferred cocktail in the holiday season. I know everybody likes that, but I've seen people get sick on that stuff. It's like I'm not a nog guy. The only thing worse than eggnog to me is a shaman holding a glass of eggnog. That's like my nightmare. So no, I'm going to pass on that and have any number of other preferred cocktails. How about you, T? You wouldn't
I'm
nod
not a
to that?
fan either. It's too thick for me. It's just
Yeah.
I'm not a big eggnog guy, but I'm looking it up, Paulie. According to the AI overview and a quick Google search, in 17th century England, especially Norfolk, nog was a strong ale. So maybe it's a shout out to strong ales, but I'm not an eggnog person either. I'd rather have a nice. I'd rather have a hot toddy cocktail, right, than eggnog if I'm going to do the holiday thing.
I got Miguel just coming in. Miguel's coming in hot. Eggnog sucks. Just period. Just like that. Was the name of the drink, Noemi? Coquito. Yeah, that was nice. That had a lot of cool flavor.
I'll take coquito all day over eggnog.
Me too.
Day, especially if Noemi's making it.
Me too. Totally.
And then last thing, Paulie, flocked trees. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Flocked
tree. Is that anything like flock of seagulls?
Oh, no, it's nothing like flock of seagulls.
What is a flocked tree? I don't even know what that is. Honestly, I don't even know what that is.
A flocked tree is you can buy them either pre-flocked or you can have them flocked, where you get a tree and you spray the white stuff on it to make it look like it's snowy, and it stays the whole season long. First of all, I don't know what the flock substance is.
That's my point. You got your kids playing around with these chemicals. They're putting their hands in their mouth. They're touching the fake snow. It can't be good. I mean, having like an artificial chemical all over your tree. And plus, I like the scent of a Christmas tree. I like the smell. It smells good.
Yeah, dude, totally.
So no, dude, I'm going anti-flocked tree, and I want a regular tree that smells good without the fake snow. That's just me, you know.
Dude, Scarlet Fire, flock off, dude.
Yeah. Bonnie knows. Totally block.
I definitely am anti-flock tree too. So a soccer ball checking, and he's like, "What the hell, Tony? Never heard of this." So yeah. My brother-in-law, his family, he grew up with flocked trees, so he has a deal with my sister that every other year they go flocked, and it's like, dude, I go to that house.
I'm going flock free, buddy. I got to be honest. Yeah.
You can get a pink flocked tree, so you know what? Thumbs down.
Yeah, something like Liberace would have in his home. You know, Liberace's got the pink tree. I don't think I'm going that route. All right, so
Paulie.
Oh boy.
Come on, Tony, do you do more than that? We're hot and sour, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice, Tony. Nice. Okay. Today we're gonna do speed hot and sour. Speed hot, because I want Sweet Mad Hatter to get his money's worth. I really do. I want him to have a nice segment. So how about this, Tony? Speed hot and sour, Arrow, Stellar Design, Arrow, Sweet Mad Hatter. How's that sound?
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. I will go for, well, first of all, let's just tally up our records at this juncture in time. So Tony went 1-1 last week, so he's still climbing back to respectability. He is now 11 wins, 15 losses on the year. I had a good week. I won both games last week, so I am now 16-10, and I'm looking to keep building on that if possible. I'm gonna go first. I'm jumping right in. Great game. Looking forward to this one. Lions at Rams. Lions 8-5. Rams 10-3. We've talked a lot about the McVay elf and the McVay sleigh and all that. But here's the deal. Guy's actually a really good coach. The Lions are getting 5.5 points. The Lions also, dude, they've lost more. This is crazy. It's a crazy stat. Lions have lost more games at home than they have on the road. They've had 3 losses at home. And meanwhile, they're a pretty good road team. They're 5-2. Going into LA, also remember, that's like a homecoming for Jared Goff. You know, he wants to stick it to the Rams big time. Like, oh, you don't want me? Fine, watch this. One of those type of revenge games. I'm riding with Dan Campbell in this one. I'm using my heart. There's no science behind this. I just need this win. I need the Lions to sack up and deliver a win. And if they can't, at least 5.5, I think, is going to be enough to cover. Don't forget, Detroit can put points on the board. Yeah, I know that the Rams can, and I expect them to. I don't know what the over-under is, but I would be willing to bet it's pretty high. But again, I like the Lions in this matchup, and I really like the 5.5 points. If it comes down to a field goal or something, we should be good. with
Hey,
that.
Paulie, the over under 54.5. That is a very high over.
I might even go over. I think this thing could be a shootout. I do. I think it could turn into like a track meet. So I'm going to take the 5.5 points. I'm taking Dan Campbell eating kneecaps, and I want Jared Goff to come back to California and stick it to the Rams. So give me the Lions in the 5.5. T, you're up.
Beautiful. I love that. And my heart is with Detroit this week, too, because it would greatly help the Niners' cause, especially with the Rams and Seahawks having to battle next week against each other on Thursday Night Football. So, yes, go Lions, go Detroit Rock City, go Jack White, go Eminem.
Yeah.
Go MC5, go
nice.
Motown.
Go Iggy Pop, Iggy and the Stooges. You know what I mean?
Pop, all of it. Barry Sanders, Billy Sims. Come on, everything for Detroit. Just think,
dude, Billy Sims, nice, dude, nice.
You know, who is the old Sparky Anderson?
How about the saddest? I still maintain this. The saddest looking head coach, really, literally, like he's just sad. He's bummed out. Do you remember Wayne Fonts, dude?
Oh,
Wayne Fonts. He always looks totally depressed on the sidelines, like a sagging face, the eyes of like a puppy dog. Shout out Wayne Fonts, saddest looking mug on a coach I've ever seen. Yeah,
and dude, Joe Cool 84 on the chat. Yes, dude, go Detroit style pizza, which I enjoyed yesterday right here at Long Ridge Pizza. I had a Sophia Detroit style. We'll get into it during our Long Ridge spot later on in the show.
Hey,
Paul,
sorry, Tony. Sorry. I really do apologize. I'm going to give you the hot and sour in 10 seconds, but I can't ignore this. Follower 795. Follow up. Flock is toxic to animals. 100%. 100%. Yeah. And if it's toxic to animals, I guarantee it's toxic for little kids too. There's nothing healthy about the flock. Anyway, thank you, follower. Thank you, brother. Tony, go ahead. You're up, buddy.
Also, Steve Groschel says, go Megatron, right? Remember Megatron for Detroit. I've always felt a connection to the city of Detroit.
You guys are killing me now because I got to come in with more stories. A few years ago, it sounds true story. A few years ago, it sounds something. I think it was the Dr. John year. Bob Weir was there and he was sitting in. I forget who he played with. He played with it might have been Herbie Hancock that day. Bobby used to sit in a lot at Sound Summit. So I was talking to Bobby at one point during the day, and every time he sees me, I don't think he remembers my name, but he knows I'm like the sports talk guy. He goes, oh, yeah. So we started talking about the Niners, and I'll never forget, this is what he said, and this is what triggered the memory. He was sitting there, and he goes, and I'm like, Bobby, what do you think of the Niners right now? He goes, well, I like where we are. We're a Megatron away. That's what he said. We're a Megatron away. So it's, every time I hear Megatron, I think of Bob Weir. We're a Megatron away, y'all. Anyway, that's my Bob Weir Sound Summit Megatron story. True story, too.
Awesome, dude. Prince Fielder? Was it Detroit, right? Wasn't that Prince Fielder was a bit Detroit line?
Yeah.
And also Alan Trammell. So let's just get all the Detroit vibes we can. And Eric Hipple under center, number 7.
Sparky Anderson coaching the Tigers.
Yeah, we got Sparky. I mentioned Sparky. And
my bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to go to my pick here, and I'm going to
thank you.
Straight to Rags. Rags, I'm riding your wave this week, dude. The Cowboys are the 6-1 Cowboys are clinging to their playoff hopes, Paulie. Clinging. It's this week's Sunday Night Football matchup. The Minnesota Vikings are fresh off their 31-0 thrashing of the Commanders. They go to Dallas for Sunday Night Football. The spread is 5.5. Dallas is -5.5. I like the Cowboys in this game. The Cowboys have everything to play for. The Vikings don't. The Vikings are 5-8. They're out of the hunt. And also, although I love what Jordan Mason is doing for the Vikings, by the way, and we knew that when the Niners lost Mason, it was a win for the Vikings because he's got 6 TDs. He's leading the team with 630 yards rushing. Really happy for Mason. He's averaging 6 yards per attempt over the last 5 games. So it's just, I'm really happy for Mason. But I think the Cowboys win this game, or at least they got 5.5 points that they're giving. I think the Cowboys win by at least a touchdown. And also the Vikings in primetime games under coach Kevin O'Connell are 1-7 on the road and 5-10 overall. So I'm going with those numbers. I'm going with the desperation for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going with Jadeveon Clowney, with Quentin Williams and that defense. Maybe they can shore up, even though the Cowboys have a really bad pass defense. maybe this is the time that they shine against the JJ McCarthy led Vikings.
Yeah.
And maybe Pickens and CD Lamb have some, they team up to do some damage. So I'm going Cowboys -5.5, Paulie. That's my first pick of the week.
Great one. And a couple of other loose ends real quick. I got Lily Merchant, who I love so much. Thanks again for that toffee. I still got another whole box of that. I ate the first box. Now this weekend I'll get the second box. She goes, hey, Rags, like Tony, I'm risking my marriage to root for your team. I'm just saying, and I'm not going to stop either. Lily, I appreciate that. I'm sure Rags does too. But I got to tell you, I like that pick. I like the Dallas pick. And also, final thing, Detroit. Seen a lot of other great contributions, and I just thought of one. How could I leave off this name? Do you remember Mark the Bird Fidrich? Okay, Mark the Bird Fidrich pitching for the Tigers. He was a phenom for like 2 years. Okay, second game.
Do you remember, and I see this on the chat, Paulie, before I have you go, Matt Noakes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Matt Noakes.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Matty Noakes. Tony, second game, final game for me. I'm going to go the 3-10 Cleveland Browns going into the Windy City of Chicago to take on the 9-4 Bears. Now, the Bears, how are they going to respond after that loss to Green Bay last week? I'm very curious. I was high on the Bears, and I came crashing down to earth when the Packers really handled them last week. This is a game the Bears have to have. They're trying to slug it out with Detroit and Green Bay in that NFC North, and if they want to keep pace, they have to win. So what's the assignment? Beat the 3-10 Bears, beat the 3-10 Browns, who are getting 7.5 points. I like the Bears at home. I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. I like the Bears at home. The temperature, this is going to be some old school kind of George Hallis-esque going on here.
Yeah.
It's going to be -10 degrees at kickoff with the wind chill. The regular temperature will be 5 degrees, but with the wind chill, it'll be 10 below zero. Is Shedeur Sanders ready for that kind of assignment? I don't think so. I don't have a problem with the kid. I want him to get his shot, and he's certainly getting that now. Asked to start in Chicago on the road. The Bears, by the way, a very good team at home. They've only lost one game at home. So with that in mind, a game they have to have. They've only lost one game at home. Are they going to lose their second game of the year to the Cleveland Browns? I don't think so. I don't see that happening. So I'm going to go back with Caleb. I'm going to ride the painted fingernails and the whole thing. I'm going to give the Browns their 7.5. Shedeur Sanders, good story. Maybe he'll dazzle us, but I don't think so. Not in 10 below zero. I just don't see it. So I'll take the Bears. I think they can win by 2 scores at least over the Browns. So I'm taking the Browns, giving 7.5, Tony. Those are my picks.
Beautiful. Yeah. I wish you nothing but the best of luck, Paulie, in your picks today. And I'm going to go quick so we can get to Sweet Mad Hatter, who's been patiently waiting in Central Oregon.
Yeah.
Paulie, I'm going to take our very own San Francisco 49ers -12.5.
Okay.
And I'm doing that because the Titans, 2 wins on the year. They just got their second win last week. They beat the Browns 31-29. I just don't see Bob Saleh with a bye to just study Titans film. I think that the Niners defense is going to be very ready to dominate this game. And Cam Ward. I think they'll struggle a little bit with Tony Pollard, but I still think that the Niners offense will also do some damage against the Titans defense. And the Titans are averaging only 15 points, scoring 15 points a game this season.
Right.
So it's just, I think it's a recipe for success for the Niners. And like you said, for your pick that they win by 2 scores, I think the same thing. I think the Niners can win by at least 2 scores in this game. That's why the 12.5. I like the 12.5. And the Titans, they haven't won back-to-back games since November of 2022. So I think that they got their win at Cleveland last week. I don't see anything close to them sniffing anything close to a win this week. I like the Niners. I like Robert Saleh with the bye week to prepare for the Titans. And I think that they cover the 12.5. And McCaffrey stays hot as well. But I'd like to get Pearsall in the mix, dude. Get Ricky Pearsall in the mix. Thank you, Paulie.
Okay, thank you. There's our hot and sour picks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed them. Tony, quickly, a word about Stellar Design, and then we welcome Sweet Mad Hatter to the program. But first, some love for Don Peralta, who, by the way, was also on hand with us at Longbridge yesterday, just always holding it down for us. Thank God somebody is, and that somebody is Don Peralta. Now, he also has a real job, and that is the Stellar Design, which is the San Francisco Bay Area-based industrial design studio, which is shaping the future of product innovation as we speak. We have a special announcement today, kids. Goha, Rags' favorite item, will be at Hella Plants Holiday Market tomorrow over in Oakland. Tony, that's December 13th on your calendar. Visit thehellaplantsmarket.com. One more time, the hellaplantsmarket.com. Get on over there tomorrow. Looks like a really good time in Jack London Square. I'll give you the address. As a matter of fact, 255 2nd Street, and that is December 13th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Goha, which has been, it's just been a revelation in my life because I use that thing, Dom. I clean my plants in the kitchen with that regularly, at least once a week. Keep them nice and sparkly. And you know what's crazy? I never realized how much dust can accumulate on plants. I had no idea. It's like something I never even thought about. And then when I started like using the Goha and giving them a little, a gentle scrub, I was like, damn, these things, they're so clean. They almost look fake. You know what I mean?
Paulie, yesterday when we were having lunch with Shannon Kaler at Longbridge, and Dom's like, I got a split. I got a meeting with Goha. And Shannon was like, well, what's Goha? And then he started explaining it to Shannon. Shannon's like, oh my God, my wife would love one of those. I would love one of those. So now Dom and Shannon were talking about getting Goha leaf plant care systems in his house in Petaluma. So it's good stuff, man. And this holiday market, I bet you is going to be fantastic in Jack London Square. Dom will be on hand, like you said, Paulie. So good stuff with Stellar.
I'm a Jack London Square fan, by the way. I am. I'm a Jack London Square enthusiast. Anyway, final word on Stellar. They, of course, as you guys know, they create award-winning design with meaningful connections between people, product, and brand. Again, if you're an individual with an idea, you're a startup, you're a Fortune 500 company, whatever the case may be, Dami Peralta is at your service. And again, what better guy to have developing images and artwork for your next project, your next campaign, your next marketing announcement, whatever it might be. Don Peralta can bring it to life. So make it happen. Contact Don Peralta, 650-796-3144. You can always email Dom anytime. Dominic@stellar.design. Hope to see you at Jack London Square tomorrow, and good luck with the Goha, Dami. Sure, it's going to be a great time. Again, the Hella Plants Holiday Market tomorrow in Oakland from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Should be a great time. And thank you so much, Dom, for all you do. Okay.
Real quick, Paulie, real quick. Just to, before we get to Sweet Mad Hatter, I do want to share this because Dom's been working on this a long time. And this is Stellar Design and Peralta Arts working overtime for the ladies of PMP. And there's the logo that he's been working on, which is just fantastic. And again, sitting on a football, amazing. Got the guitar in hand. So just wanted to share that as well. Dom's been working on the Ladies of PMP logo. So I just wanted to share that real quick.
No, it's tremendous. Thanks so much, Dom. And speaking of the Ladies of PMP, there's some rumblings behind the scenes that there might be a whole gathering of the Ladies of PMP to sit in with us on an upcoming show. So more on that soon. We're just starting to work on that today. But in the meantime, Tony, I'm going to let you bring in our special guest. I want you to set the table, explain the backstory, and let's get into the weekly musical assignment as we wind it down today. But I'm very excited to meet this gentleman formally for the first time. So, Tony, let's do it. Bring him in.
Peep this, particle heads. PMP's weekly musical assignment begins now, right now.
Well, Paulie, months ago, we were introduced to a gentleman by the name of Sweet Mad Hatter. We saw him on the chat, and we were like, wow, what a killer name. That's a great name. And he was an awesome contributor to the chat. And then on email, he started letting us know that he uses a leg, an artificial leg, and he uses it as a leg bong. So
yeah,
we had never heard of such a thing.
No,
we were so excited about the creativity from the Sweet Mad Hatter. also known as William Helmer. I don't know if he goes by Bill or William. We can find out in a second here. But then we started developing, emailing back and forth, and he always send cool stuff to pollyspot@gmail.com. And then when we announced the idea to sponsor the musical assignment or sponsor a different segment, he emailed in and said, guys, I would love to sponsor a musical assignment. I'd love to do something maybe over the holidays. And we said, dude, Friday, December 12th or December 19th. What do you, and he grabbed December 12th, and he has been waiting in the green room patiently. So I'd like to bring him to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. There's
Yes, sir. Sweet Mad Hatter, welcome to PMP, brother. Great to see you. Great to see your face. I like the deer with the antlers in the background, giving a little vibe there. Now, tell us, where are you located specifically?
Well, I'm in Eugene, Oregon, right, kind of north side of town. So
nice.
I
just want to call you Mad Hatter, I guess, because, but do you go by William or Bill?
I go by Bill, Mad Hatter. Just don't call me late for dinner.
No, hell no, bro. Listen, first of all, Bill, we want to say, great to make your acquaintance. Thank you for supporting the show all these months, man. It's great. And this is one of the great kind of advantages or benefits of doing segments like this. We finally get to connect with you guys. So it's great to see your face. Now, before we dive into the assignment today, the musical assignment, because you're going to tell us, you're in charge today. But what does it, because this does cross my mind, Tony. Sometimes I'll be thinking like, I'm watching like an Oregon football game, and I'll be like, is Sweet Mad Hatter watching this with the leg bong right now? You know what I mean? Like, so what's on your agenda this weekend? What does Sweet Mad Hatter do when the cameras are off?
Well, a lot of adult activities.
Yeah, me too. Same here. Yeah.
So, number one, I'm not allowed to smoke in the house. So I got a man cave I smoke in.
Yeah.
Nice.
During the pandemic, my mom and I sold our houses, and my brother got divorced.
Yeah.
So we all bought a family compound together. So it's been working out really nice.
Right on.
But, I like that you have like a designated smoking area. Yeah, I'm not allowed to smoke in the house. I got my own little thing over there. Yeah, I feel you. I got you.
The place came with 2 garages, so I took over the second garage and made it my. I sent you some pictures before. That's where I did a video of me toking out the leg bong.
Whoa, dude! Did you hear the weight, dude? Look at this thing.
That is
wow.
Look at the
bowl
with the boot on it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mad
God.
Hatter, that is incredible.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah. So just to be clear, I don't wear it. This is like 25 years old.
Okay.
And my friend and I did this like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But basically, I just we were drunk as hell one day when I lived in Oakland. We used to live in Oakland on Broadway and Telegraph by West MacArthur BART.
Nice.
Yeah. So we grabbed this. Grabbed the Dremel and just a handsaw, and we hacked it down flat. And then we took a 4 to 2 inch pipe reducer from Home Depot, radiator clamps, clamped it on, and just taped the crap out of it. And put some clamps up here, and then Dremeled the bowl in here with a slide. And
by the way, Mad Hatter, the chat is on fire right now.
They're going crazy. Big Alan Chino says that bong is legendary. Stevie B says Sweet Mad Hatter is the man. Any bong with a shoe on it is badass. Let's see. We got Don Peralta. This is the best bong ever. People are they're raving. They're raving.
Well, probably the most expensive bong ever. I just got a new set of legs, and it was like $34,000. So
wow.
I mean, insurance and stuff. But I doubt somebody has a bong that's 15 or 16 grand.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, I love your creativity. I love your attitude. I love that you've taken something that can obviously be extremely challenging and you turn it into a positive, like almost a celebration. Let's smoke out of this leg. I love the whole approach. And someday it would be great if Creative Tony and I could attempt to take a pull off of that thing. But I got to tell you, Tony, I'm a little intimidated. That's a big freaking bong, man. There's a lot of smoke can get in that leg.
Well, earlier
little hit,
little baby hits, baby steps. Yeah.
Mad Hatter, earlier in the show, we were talking about shaman. Maybe you could be our shaman and with the leg bong as the device. Also, Mad Hatter, I want to ask you because you've sent pictures too of your you fish a lot, don't you?
Nice.
Yeah, I got. Well, I apologize. I sent you that dead elk picture. I didn't know you were a vegetarian.
Oh no, oh good. Man.
I sent poor Tony a picture of an elk being skinned.
No,
and,
come on.
And then next week I find out he's a vegetarian. I'm like, oh, my brother's a
come on.
vegetarian
Oh.
too, so it's cool.
What's your favorite thing to catch though? Trout or
Salmon, and this is
Salmon.
probably the biggest Chinook I caught a couple years ago.
oh dude.
Damn, look at that thing is bigger than you, dude. Wow.
Yeah, she was a big one.
Wow. Where did
She
you
didn't have
catch
a scale with us, but it took about a half hour to get it in.
Holy
Wow.
yes. How many
Yeah.
pounds was that? Do you remember?
I think, well, we didn't have a scale, but I say 38.
Jesus.
Wow.
Hey, do you go out in a boat or do you do that
Yeah.
from the land?
Oh, yeah, this was in a drift boat. So we started out, this is in North Oregon on the coast, and just raining like heck, wet,
Yeah.
November. My friend's like, I don't know if we want to go. And I'm like, I think we should go. And I had a dream about it.
Yeah.
I had a dream about it. My dad was like, if you want a big, I dreamed my dad said, if you want a big salmon, go to North Coast. So,
Come on.
Hey,
yeah,
Rag,
really.
Wow.
Hey,
That's
Phil,
really cool.
Rags on the comment line is asking, have you ever thought about making a bong out of one of those big salmon you catch? Good question. Good question, Rags.
It's a good idea, Regs. Maybe I'll smoke it so
Yeah.
you know, then I could do something with it. But
We got a fish bong, we got a leg bong. I mean, we're going to get a whole collection happening up there. But Bill, let's do it. So you are generously helping support the show. We thank you very much for that. But we give you the mic today, buddy. So tell us what you have in mind for this music assignment, and let's dive into it. I'm excited to see what you have for us.
well, I was wanting Christmas songs, maybe more modern songs that you know would appeal to us. So
Yeah.
anything goes. You know, Run DMC, Hollis and Christmas, something like
Nice.
that, or
Nice.
even old classics. I got one too. It might be what Polly has actually. I'm thinking
Oh.
it's.
Well, we'll
what
see.
you
I don't
have.
know.
I'm thinking that's what you have.
I got a couple up my sleeve today, Bill. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see where it goes. But who should start it off, Tony? Should Bill go? Should you? Who goes first here?
I kind of want to save Bill's for last because he's
Okay.
he's doing
I do
the
too.
assignment.
I
All
do
right.
too. I do
I
too.
didn't have it written down, so there'll be proof of what I have written down here if we need it.
Nice.
Hey, it's
nice.
all
And
good.
Real
And Bill,
quick,
yeah.
real quick, Bill. I just want to know, like, if we were to take a peek into your Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, wherever you listen to music, like, what are artists that you listen to a lot?
Good
Yeah,
question.
so I do YouTube Unlimited,
Uh-huh.
so I can Bluetooth it in my car,
Nice.
and I find they have the most music. So a lot of Grateful Dead, a lot of Billy Springs, which I've gotten into thanks to YouTube because it recommended it to me.
Nice.
That's what I like about it. It recommends things based on what you listen to.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of that. And then just, you know, older stuff. Like I'll throw on some Four Non Blondes every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretend I'm 25, you know.
But I
Hey,
do too. Yeah.
Matt
Yeah.
Hatter, if you get the chance, if Billy Strings comes up to Eugene or anywhere nearby, make sure you go see him because
Okay.
he's fantastic live, man. He's got
Oh,
a
man.
ton of energy, and his band they're fantastic live. Give him a shot.
Yeah. But that's pretty much what I listen to. Maybe a little old country music. Maybe some old Hank Williams. Not
Nice.
you
Yeah.
know, I might present redneck, but I'm really not. So
No, yeah, bro, you're all good. You got no worries, and I'm with you on Hank Williams. I like the old stuff. Don't give me these new guys. Don't give me this pop country nonsense. Give me the real gangsters. Give me Merle Haggard. Give me freaking Hank Williams. Those badass guys. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask you about what about the Highwaymen, dude? Like the Highwaymen is.
they're badass. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
that's
Willie
good stuff.
Nelson and Jennings and all those guys. Yeah.
Christopherson. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Christopherson, he's awesome. Coming down Sunday morning.
Oh,
He's
100%.
better than that, right?
Yeah.
100%. We've all been there. We've all been there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Hey,
that.
Hatter, how far are you from like the Oregon campus, University of Oregon campus?
So I am. Get this. I live 2 blocks away from Dan Lanning, the coach.
Whoa, get
Yeah,
out of
he's like-
here.
Yeah, no, seriously. And he'll come, like I've been out mowing, and he'll come jogging. He's a big guy. He's like
Yes.
bigger than he looks.
He's a
Yeah,
big
He's young. He's in his 30s. I'm 52.
yeah.
So I'm out there sweating and all fat. And he comes jogging by. He's just like bouncing up and down the street. And I look up, I'm like, oh, that's Dan. And he waves. And he's looking at how I was pushing the mower. I think he's like, let's put this guy on the offensive line.
Yeah. It's got
If he
good.
wasn't 5'7", we could put him on there.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah, so I live about so Landing's down the street, and then the campus is probably 6 miles. The stadium's probably 4 or 5.
Oh, cool.
And then
Eugene's
so
a
it's
special
just a
spot,
small
man.
town.
Eugene is a spot. Central Oregon is a special spot, man. Really, you're in a good spot, Hatter.
I love Oregon. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
I love it. I moved back to California for a while, like 2000, 2008 to work for AAA.
Yeah.
I was happy to come back to Oregon after that.
Good
There you
man.
go.
Good man. All right. Well, I'll
There
tell you
you
what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump in. I'm going first, Tony. Here
All
I
right.
come. And I'm excited to break this bad boy out. I only take this one out this time of year. I got a great standard Christmas song. It's like an old traditional Christmas song. I think it was originally done by Chuck Berry, but I might be wrong about that. The name of the track is Run, Run, Rudolph.
Nice.
And what I have here is Keith Richards singing Run, Run, Rudolph. And look at him. What says Christmas more than Keith Richards drinking whiskey, drinking Tony? The album, the cover of this EP is just with a bottle of booze, and he's singing Run, Run, Rudolph. And then, Tony, this might interest you. The other 2 tracks are Keith Richards with Toots and the Mayalls, dude.
Come on.
Oh, I love Toots.
Yeah, they do. They do Pressure Drop with Toots and the Mayalls, and Keith also does The Harder They Come by Jimmy Cliff. But the song I'm going to put on is Run, Run, Rudolph. And I got to tell you, Bill, it actually rocks. Like, it really rocks. Keith is not messing around with this one. So I'm going Richards, Run, Run, Rudolph. That's my first track, Tony.
How do you think that compares to Jerry Garcia's Run, Run, Rudolph?
Great question. I have an answer for that. So Jerry's is a little more kind of easygoing. Keith's is pretty ferocious. Like Keith's it's like seriously rocking version. And again, I'll put this on the Polymac playlist, the Polymac PMP 25 playlist right now. So you can hear it for yourself, Bill. Check it out. It's rocking. It's heavy. It's good.
I can't wait.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right. We should remind everybody on Apple Music and on Spotify, if you search PMP Playlist 25, that's where you can find our ongoing, constantly evolving playlist with all kinds of different tunes on there. Matt Hatter, I'm going to go next with my first pick. And actually, I'm going to give a visual aid just to show, because when I told Paulie about this a few years ago when I found this record at the Vinyl Solution in San Mateo, he was like, wait, what are you talking about? So I'm going to share right here. There's the cover of the album. I don't have it with me, but
yeah.
Billy Idol put out a holiday album a few years ago called Happy Holidays, and it's fantastic. It is so well done. He doesn't overdo it. He doesn't underdo it. He does it just right. I can't recommend this holiday album enough. Just Billy Idol, Happy Holidays. And Santa's Back in Town. The song Santa's Back in Town by Billy Idol. It's so well done. And dude, how about the fact that Idol still looks like he's in his 30s?
I'll tell you the truth. I saw Idol a few years ago. I took my kid to go see Billy Idol at the Fox Theater in Oakland, and it was great, dude. It was a great gig. You know what I just realized, you guys? He could take this song, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Dude, he could do White Christmas and White Wedding combined. So he could be like, it's a nice day for a white Christmas. Bum, 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 bum. That's my idea. White Christmas and White Wedding combined, a mashup. How about that?
Love it.
It's awesome. Great too. You can hear his a little bit of his accent too, in like, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. It's really good, man. So Santa's Back in Town, Billy Idol. That's my first pick. Hatter, we didn't tell you that if you wanted to have multiple picks, you could. So it's totally up to you if you want to do a second pick. But how about your first pick?
Yeah.
Well, first pick, and you might hear mowers outside. I apologize, but
it's all good, baby.
All right, thanks. So I think you're gonna like this.
Okay.
It's Dropkick Murphys.
Okay.
The season's upon us. I don't know. It's a great video too, and I even wrote down a line from it. It's pretty awesome. Of course, they're Dropkick Murphys. So it's fun. It goes, my sisters are whack jobs. Wish I had none. Their husbands are losers. So are their sons.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then the song just goes sideways from there. It's pretty funny though. The guy's just tearing through the house, and his family is just a bunch of Irish drunkards. It's awesome.
Yeah, a bunch of Irish hooligans. Yeah, totally. Out of Boston. Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a music video for it too.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really good one, actually.
Oh, that's crazy. I want to see, you know what? Why not? Just for split.
Yeah, give us a piece, Tony.
Yeah.
Show the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Here we go. Because I just searched it. Here we go.
Yeah, it gets better from there.
That sounds really good. I'll check the rest of that out today. And he's so right, though, because there's nothing like if you get a house full of Irish people together and everyone's drinking, at some point there's going to be a fist fight. There's going to be people throwing up. Like that's just like an Irish Christmas. That's just like what the Irish do, which I happen to be Irish, so I know all about it. Little whiskey, couple of fist fights, Merry Christmas, everybody goes home. That's it. Yeah.
Totally.
My mom's Italian, and so when we used to have bigger family Christmases, it would always get wild and a lot of emotion and drama, not so much drinking. But
great choice, though, Bill. I like that. Dropkick Murphys, season is upon us. Season is upon us. I like the visuals too. All right, my last track is going to be another kind of unlikely candidate, but here they come out of New York City, you guys. I'm going with the Ramones. And it's a funny song. It's a funny Christmas song. It's called Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight. Okay. So it's Joey Ramone singing to his love interest saying, come on, baby, let's have a Merry Christmas. And he's talking about like, I don't want to fight tonight. So Ramones, Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight. And then Tony, you're up with your final track. And again, all of these will be placed on the playlist right after the show. And Tony, dazzle us, buddy. Come strong. What do you got?
I will, but I'm looking at the email right now too, because people did email in some of their selections. So before I get to mine, before we wrap up with Mad Hatter's final selection, "Mistress for Christmas" by AC/DC. That's from Mark Gravy Graves.
Wow.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
How about that, huh?
I don't even think I know that. I'm looking. That's interesting. Okay.
Me neither, but Nat King Cole's "The Christmas Song" is from Corinne. Which is a freaking classic, just an absolute classic. We also have Beat LA, also known as Jessica Sylvia. And by the way, Jessica, again, if you didn't hear it earlier in the week, but thank you so much for your email. That was a wonderful email. We got to get into that next week, Paulie. Jessica Beat LA says Gary Hoey's entire Ho Ho Hoey album. So there you go. And then she says, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch," is also fantastic. Yeah. We've got Greg Trela checking in, and he says, "Carol of the Bells" by Lindsey Sterling. It's a violin version of the song backed with an electronic beat. Nice. So, "Carol of the Bells" by Lindsey Sterling. That's from Greg Trela. We've got Noemi checking in, and she says Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano.
That might be my favorite, actually. Feliz Navidad. Ba, 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 with the horns going and everything. Yeah. I've always loved that one, Noemi. Good choice. Yeah.
We've got Escobar Cheeks the third checking in, and he says Winter Wonderland, jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra and Wynton Marsalis featuring Ruben Blades.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds real good. Yeah.
Damn. And by the way, we play this every year for my son, but he also said Dominic the Donkey by Lou Monte. So Dominic the Donkey gets a shout out. Escobar, thank you, brother. We play that for my son every year. Bonnie Scarlet Fire checks in and she says, "Run, Rudolph, Run," covered in 71 by The Dead to great effect. Yeah. That's her choice. Bonnie, thank you for emailing in. Patty from Napa checks in. She says, "Please come home for Christmas and take your pick. The Eagles version or the Bon Jovi version."
I'm going Eagles. That's I really like that one. The Eagles version of that is really good. It's sad. It's like it makes you want to like get a glass of whiskey and drown your sorrows because it's like it's kind of a downer. But I really like that one. Good choice, Patty.
And then John Joseph just sent one in a minute ago, and he says Silver Balls by Blowfly. Silver Bells by Blowfly. So that's from John Joseph. Thank you all for emailing to Polly's pod at gmail.com. My second one is just right down Broadway because it's my home run of home runs and I play it ad nauseum. My kids get sick of it a little bit, but I still play it. Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It is a throwdown. it's some of my favorite Clarence Clemens work. Honest to God, that sax solo that Clarence lays into in the live version is just incredible. So Santa Claus is Coming to Town is my second pick by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
I got to jump in real quick, Tony. Don't know if you remember this, but I do because I'm a freak like this. But late November 2012, you and me and a few other people over in Oakland at the Oracle Arena, we saw Bruce play that. He played Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and somebody threw a hat on stage, and he had like the Santa cap on while he was singing it. That was great. That was the only time I've ever seen him do that. But nice choice, Tony. Of course, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. All right, Sweet Mad Hatter, finish strong. It's been great having you on, dude. I'm a big fan of your whole vibe, and thank you for joining us and giving us a piece of your home and your vibe and your record collection. So
I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me. And,
hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. So finish strong. What do we got?
Right, well, I'm going to finish strong with an announcement. I'll do my song. There's going to be a summer tour with Leg Bong. Dates will be announced.
Okay.
This spring.
Right on.
And now that I know people down there to see games with, I'm sure I'll be down.
You're going to come down to the Bay Area? You're coming down to the Bay Area next summer?
Yeah, I'll be down in the summer.
Awesome. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll organize an event or something, because last summer, Bill, we did a Polymath Particle group night at a Giants game. So wait till we announce some stuff in the summer, and we'll coordinate it, and we'll make sure that we can hang, because I would look forward to that very much.
Yeah. I work for Wayfair, and they have corporate discounts.
Nice.
So, and you got to have a bumper sticker, have Leg Bong will travel.
Totally.
Yes. Leg Bong till the break of dawn.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. Tommy, get going. Leg Bong till the break of dawn.
Dom's all over it. Dom is all over it. He's awesome.
Dom is incredible. He's been incredible.
But yeah, for my second last song, it's pretty somewhat standard. It's older. She was my first crush when I saw the original Batman Eartha Kitt.
Nice.
I didn't know why I liked it, but I liked it. And my cat fruit. And her voice, oh my god.
Yep.
Anyways, it's her song, Santa Baby.
Nice.
She wants a platinum mine. She wants a convertible in blue. She wants a condo. It's a great song.
I'll tell you a funny story. I saw Eartha Kitt in an airport once, like when I was in my 20s. And even then, Bill, I'm telling you, there was like a vibe coming off her. I was like, hey, that's Eartha Kitt right there. That's freaking Catwoman. Yeah. And she still had this amazing, you could feel the presence. Like she was definitely like a diva star, and great choice, dude. I didn't see that coming. Eartha Kitt. I love it.
Well, hey, and by the way, Mad Hatter, first of all, great pick. Second of all, stand by. I got to play something for you.
It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time.
All right, hey, we've got Patty from Napa as a super, Bill. She's checking in saying, awesome, Sweet Mad Hatter. You look fab. Patty, thank you for the super. I just wanted to share that with you, Mad Hatter. And then also Escobar Cheeks the Third. He's checking in saying, hey, by the way, I also sent in DMX's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So you got people chiming in. You've inspired the masses, Bill, and we can't thank you enough for it, man. It's been a great topic, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's super fun coming on here. And my sphincter was a little tight, but no worries. It was fun.
Hey, brother, listen, man, for real, it's been really cool getting to meet you, do some face-to-face time. We'll definitely hang next summer, and I'm going to start training like for the Olympics. I got to start smoking more bongs so I can be ready for Sweet Man. Because Tony, this is not child's play now. You saw the size of that thing. We're gonna have to train to start hitting that thing. So we'll be ready.
I'll be driving, so no worry about airport security or any BS like that.
Well, you know, Paulie, on behalf of Sweet Mad Hatter, let's end the show with just a tiny peek into bookmarks and the video that we talked about at the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah.
Let me get it. I'm gonna enlarge it. Make sure.
Yeah, so this is Iron Mike hitting a pipe with a bunch of Rasta guys. I guess this is Jamaica. That would be my guess. I think this is in Jamaica.
Look at
But
these guys. Okay.
No, they're not playing games. These guys aren't messing around. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's all sit back and enjoy. It's 27 seconds. Stand by.
Bank, my brethren. Come, let me try.
Nice.
What are you doing? Bank, my brethren.
That's the most feel good clip I've seen all year, dude. Look at Mike. Look at the live smile on his face. He's laughing. He's dancing. He's breaking up moves. Look at that, dude. Tyson, dude, I'm so glad we showed this. Hey, man, Sweet Mad Hatter, you have a wonderful weekend and onward and upward. Stay healthy, stay happy. Have a great holiday season, brother, and we'll connect again down the road, man.
Will do, Paulie and Tony. You have a great holiday season and great talking with you. And nice to see all the PMP family today.
Oh,
you got it, brother. Cheers, man. Be well. Be well. We're just going to end the show, Tony, with a quick long spot. So
Bill, thank you so much, brother. And we'll be in touch. And keep those emails coming. Even if you're skinning an elk, keep those emails coming, man. Thank you.
Totally.
Yeah.
We'll do, guys. We'll do.
Yeah, thanks for supporting the show. Happy holidays to you and yours, brother.
Sweet Mad Hatter, everybody. Give it up. And I love, dude, how about the mug of a Sweet Mad Hatter? What a sweet man. Really, you could feel the gentle vibe coming off him. Just a gentle, sweet dude up in Oregon toking his leg bong. We need more people like that in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
100%. And also, self-deprecation will get you everywhere with me. Like, if you do not take yourself that seriously and have fun with anything that might have be a struggle or a trial in your life. My hat is off to you, Mad Hatter, and thanks for the supporting the show. I just want to let everybody know that if you want to support the show and sponsor a segment, you can go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles, and while you're there, like and subscribe. Or you can, while you're there, then after you like and subscribe, go to the top under our bio, and there's the links. You can click on the links and go down to our merch page. And then when you click on the merch page, you'll see all the different segments that you can look to sponsor, like bookmarks, like Tony's Top 3, musical assignment, hot and sour picks, or show us your stubs, like Bonnie did a couple weeks ago. So, and there's talks about the Broads of PMP taking over the show. A dear friend of mine and Polly's, Joe, our friend Joe, who was at
Village Vanguard. Yeah,
Village Vanguard last night, and he also was having pizza last night too, huh, Polly?
At John's. He went down to Bleecker. This is our boy Joe. He's one of the all-time greatest people you could ever hope to meet, and he's in New York just tearing it up right now. So you know what I was like? I was like, hey, Joe, listen, man, I'll tell you the truth. You're flashing pictures of John's on Bleecker, and I am impressed. I get it. But I'll see your Johns and I'll raise you a freaking Long Bridge. Because I'll tell you one thing right now. One thing Johns ain't doing on Bleecker, they ain't cooking it up with sourdough crust. Neil Denardi is. Neil Denardi says, I got you, Johns. You guys are good. Respect. How about this? How about I come back at you with some sourdough crust? How about I come back at you with a buffalo chicken pizza? I never thought I'd eat something like that, Tony. It was fantastic. I have one more slice in my fridge after the show. I'll be eating it within 10 minutes. I'll be eating that buffalo chicken slice. Yeah.
And I got to give Big John, building manager here at Longbridge at the American Industry Center here in San Francisco. Big John manages the building, and he was the one that said, hey, dude, today's the buffalo chicken. And yes, Thursdays they do the buffalo chicken pizza along with their Detroit style pizzas. And Shannon's the one who ordered it. And it was,
hey, man, I'll take a buffalo chicken, man. And I didn't know that was only on Thursday. That's good knowledge. I didn't know that. Okay,
only
good.
On Thursdays. Yeah. So that was Big John reminding us. Big John said his son, Tony, was like, hey, Dad, can you bring home a buffalo chicken today? So it was when Shannon heard about the vibes of the buffalo chicken pizza, he's like, that's what I want. So I ordered the Sophia, which is a Detroit style. I did the Sophia on the Detroit style pie. You had the Polymax pizza and Shannon had the buffalo chicken. And then we had a house salad and a Caesar salad. I love the house salad because it's got the beans, the garbanzo beans and the lima beans and a vinaigrette and red onion. And then the Caesar salad, my son ranks as a 9.2 out of 10. Not a perfect 10, But the only perfect 10 my son's ever given is the Iron Gate Caesar salad that they make tableside right in front of you. They make the dressing right in front of you. It's phenomenal.
Does he like anchovies, your kid?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
He
I do
likes
too.
yeah.
I do too. I like that salty thing. By the way, shout out to William R. Kind of a new name. I don't think I've seen you before. William R. Welcome aboard, bro. He goes, I wish I was in the Bay Area. I'm sick of this Minnesota winter nonsense. I feel you, dude. Shout out the Minnesota North Stars, by the way. I remember when the Islanders swept them in 4 straight. It was like 1981. I was like really getting into hockey at that point. Hated the Islanders' guts. I'm a big Ranger fan, so I was like, come on, North Stars, come on. Nope, they got swept in 4. It sucked.
And Paulie, while you're talking hockey, shout out to our San Jose Sharks who came from behind to beat the Maple Leafs yesterday, dude. Down 2, and they came from behind to beat the Maple Leafs, dude. There's something magical going on in San Jose, man.
You're right. No, you're right. And you know what? It's funny. And I know it's super, super early in the season. I know that, but we couldn't say this last year. If the season ended right now, Sharks would be in the playoffs.
Let's go.
That's the goal. Just get them back into the dance because the NHL is like that. A team can catch fire and start going on a run. And, you know, now with this Celebrini kid, like there's an excitement down in San Jose again. It feels good. And I watched some of the third period. I didn't see the comeback. I didn't see it was still 2-1. When I was watching, but I'm happy that the Sharks are becoming relevant again. And also, shout out to the Golden State Warriors. They'll be at home tonight against Ann Edwards and the Timberwolves. I'll be watching that game later tonight.
And shout out the return of Steph Curry back to the lineup too.
I missed you, Steph. The world is such a better place when Steph Curry's playing basketball. I want to just say a couple of final words about Neil Denardi and Longbridge, and then we can wrap it up and go have some lunch and everything. But hey, Neil treated us so well yesterday. He can't, like Tony said, he came out with the salads. Each one of us had our own individual pizzas on. It was crazy. It was like an embarrassment of riches. He put us in the back room where we broadcasted with Tom and with Rod Brooks not that long ago. And I'll just say this one more time. If you're one of the few who enjoys the show, or maybe we haven't met you guys yet, maybe you're not on the board and you're like, I hear these guys talking about Longbridge all the time. What's the big deal? Just get down there and trust me. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to pizza, it's one of the few things on planet Earth I am pretty fluent in. I do have like a good sense for pizza. This stuff is great. That pizza, you know what happened yesterday? Final thing I'll say. My standard order, I know it's boring, but I always get the Polymac particle pizza, which is essentially just sausage and onion. And it's such a great combination of flavors. Listen, this kid up here, the vegetarian, Creative Tony, he was like, let me get a slice of that. And he was eating it. And then Kaler started hitting it. So I had no idea that pie resonated that much with you guys. But Shannon and Tony also got involved with my pizza. So try it out next time you're down there. I think you'll be very happy. Again, the sourdough crust, the carefully selected, hand-selected tomatoes that Neil has shipped in. He's not messing around with his pizza. Join the Vibe Tribe. Enjoy some of the great songs. We heard some Fish. We heard some Dead yesterday, as usual. Heard a little bit of Black Sabbath. Got some Sabbath while I was eating my pizza down there. So thank you, Steven. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Neil Denardi, for all of the friendship, all of the service, and just all the support. You guys have been amazing this year. So get on down to Longbridge this weekend and find out why we love it so much. 2347 3rd Street. If you're going to the Dubs game tonight, stop by beforehand, grab a few slices, and then get it on down to Chase Center or hit it anytime this weekend. And Neil will be waiting for you, and he will take great care of you. Tony, your final words.
I just want to mention too real quick about the stocking stuffer that you see there on the screen, Paulie, is that if you buy a $50 gift card, you can get gift cards from Longbridge Pizza. If you buy a $50 gift card for Longbridge, they'll give you an extra $10 on that gift card. So it's actually a $60 gift card. If you buy a $100 gift card, they'll actually give you an extra $25. So it's a $125 gift card. So get down there and get your Longbridge Pizza gift cards, and also use their website, longbridgepizza.com, and you can make your orders there. You can check out the whole menu. You can basically check out everything that they do, and you can see what the Vibe Tribe is all about if you check it out. longbridgepizza.com too, Paulie.
Hell yeah, Tony. So from me, from Tony, from Sweet Mad Hatter, one more time. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa gonna make it to town. I'm telling you, he's right. It's heavy. I'm telling you, it's a heavy rocking version. I'll have the playlist set up within the next 5 minutes so you guys can all check it out if you haven't heard it. It's pretty killer. Tony, thanks for the song. Thanks for a fun week. I had a good time. We'll do more shows from that Longbridge studio. But in the meantime, I'll let you and Diamond Dave and the business, I'll let you guys have the final word. And I got to go eat some lunch. So take us home, Big T.
Well, I would like to say, too, Billy Idol also says, well, I'd like to share the sentiment. And he says, happy holidays. Have a happy holiday. I'm telling you. Check out this album.
I'm in. Oh, dude, I'm in. I'll be listening to it today. I'm definitely going to listen to Idol sing Christmas songs. 100%.
Well, I'm thumbing through the holiday section at Vinyl Solution, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
This isn't an old Billy Idol Christmas album. This is a new.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Tunes walked over. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I can't keep that thing on the shelves, man.
Nice.
So I walked out of there with it, and it's great. So I highly recommend checking that Billy Idol holiday album out. And Paulie, last words, go Niners. I gotta say, go Cowboys and cover for me, please. And Niners, I kind of feel like this is a must-win, dude. Like they gotta win this game.
I expect them to. I have nothing less than a dominant win will suffice, and I expect them to handle their business. I do.
Nothing less than a dominant win will suffice. It's very well put. Because, dude, if let's just pretend for a second if they were to lose this game.
No. I won't even entertain that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like that's what I'm saying. Like they got to win this freaking game and win it handily. Make it a no doubter win. Send the message around the NFL that the Niners are for real. Look out for them because again, nobody's really talking about the 49ers in the postseason, which is great. Keep it that way. Fine, but just go and just kick some Titan ass this weekend. That's all I have.
It's fine with me, Tony.
Paulie, and I apologize too. A couple of supers on the way out. Stevie B says, rumor has it Iron Mike has an
Hell yeah, Stevie B. I feel you. I do. I feel you. Very nice.
And these are old supers. These are old supers from like 15, 20 minutes ago. And Corinne, we love you. And she says, happy birthday to John Joseph tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday, John.
Yeah.
You have a good one. I will definitely raise a glass to you tonight, brother. Enjoy yourself. Don't get in any trouble either, man. Be careful out there. But
Dude.
Happy birthday, Double J. Absolutely.
Get into the the rainbow colored robe that he was wearing. I think that his sister knitted.
I can only hope so.
Yeah.
And put the robe on and stay away from the shaman. You'll be fine.
I don't know if you want to stay away from the shaman. You might want to look into the shaman. Okay.
Nah.
But yeah, so happy birthday, John Joseph, and thank you for supporting the show. Thank you all for supporting the show. Yeah. And just can't thank the PNP Familia enough, Paulie. Just very lucky to be a part of this whole thing as we wrap up 2025 and 2026. 2026 is going to be good stuff, and lots to look forward to, P.
Yeah, next week might be the final proper week of shows with me and Creative Tony, because then he's going to take some. We'll talk about that next week. But yeah, we're winding it down, like Tony said. So have a great weekend. Onward and upward. Be safe this weekend. And cheers to everybody out there. Tony, sprinkle your magic and take us home.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time. Class dismissed.
Woohoo! All right, Creative Tony, another great week. Thank you for everything. Rising Wolf, Matt Stenson, NorCal Refrigeration, Dami Peralta, Corinne, Miriam, Stevie B, Rags, Noemi, Phil Dawson, and of course, John Joseph. Happy birthday, my soul brother. Rags, you be good back in Jersey, and Robot Centaur, all of y'all. Sweet Mad Hatter, you were fantastic. Thank you for coming on today. I'm a fan, bro.
Yeah.
Just know that. I'm a freaking fan. I think a lot of us are. And that's why we want to meet you guys, man. There's a lot. Tony and I have been saying this for years. There's gold in the audience, man. There's gold. You just got a mind for it. So today, another little nugget came to the top, came to the surface, and that was Sweet Mad
Hatter brought Eartha Kitt and Dropkick Murphys to the table today. I didn't see either of those coming. So
perfectly said. I did not think we were going to be talking Eartha Kitt today on the show, but we did. Thanks to Sweet Mad Hatter. All right, kids, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you guys on Monday at high noon, everybody. Cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all.